Hi, this is Rod from Scrappy Mania, and today I want to create a layout, and this is a sketch of my layout. And I'm going to be using the new Julie Nutty's Prima Dolls dies. I really love these dies, and I wanted to kind of give it a whirl and see how they cut and also how they stamp. I'm also going to be using this We Are Memory Feather die by Quick Cuts. And these are some alphabet stamp that I found on clearance in Joann's, and also this is another stamp that was on clearance in Joann's. Now I found this 7 Gypsy stamp at Tuesday Morning, and this background, I created this inspired by Donna Downing. One of her Mixed Media Wednesdays show you how she drenched a page and then she just used some watercolor to create a similar effect. So that's what I wanted to do, and I think it came out pretty good. And they really are very crisp and they clean up very nicely. Now I'm going to be using this Peachy Keen stamp for the faces, and this is the Blushing Bride stamp, and I also have the Laffy Taffy stamp. I use both of them for my dolls. And I already stamped their face, and those stamps have different sizes of faces, so it really worked for this doll and from other dolls that I have. Now, one thing that I would advise you when you're using these stamps and the dies, do not take the dies out of the container. The packaging has like wells that the dies fit in those wells. You want to keep it there because they are so small they get lost easily. So what I did is, as you can see, I put the stamps on top of my packaging, and what you don't see underneath, I kept the dies inside the packaging so I will not lose it. And by doing this, I make sure that I didn't lose any of the small little pieces. Especially if you have a large craft room, they can get under a furniture or anything like that, and you will lose your dies. So here I'm just stamping the dolls and the outfits with the different colors. And as I stamp the dolls and the outfit, I keep them all together on top of the dies, as you can see, on top of the packaging. So everything that fits for that doll is going to be kept together in one area. So now I'm going to start coloring the dolls, and I don't really have a video process on coloring the face or the hair or anything like that. I do show you that I'm using a magnetic plate by Sizzix to position my dies, and it works very well. It really, you need something that will position your dies on your die cuts or on your stamp images, otherwise it won't stamp very well. You can use tape, if you do have the magnetic plate, I advise you to kind of get that. And here I'm just piecing the dolls together, and they were very easy to kind of put together, not very hard. And one thing Julie always does is she outlined her dolls with ink, put distressing ink on the edges or whatnot, and that's what I did with these. Even though it did cut out nicely, I still went on around the edges with my color box chalk ink, and I used the black chalk ink. So there are my dolls, and right now I'm just putting a little bit of blush on their cheeks, and then I use a marker for their lips, and I also use a white gel pen for for the eyes and for their mouth. So I'm just kind of figuring out where I want to place everything, and I do want that frame. This die comes with a frame from 7 Gypsy, so I do want the frame on my background. And then you'll see me in a second, because as an afterthought, I wanted to put like a doily behind the frame. So what I did is I just traced out a mask, and then I'm going to use one of my stencils that I created using the Cricut. And then I found this doily image online, and that's what I used to create that doily. So here I'm just stamping with different colors my embellishments, and I'm going to cut them out. And I'm using the Hero Art neon ink because this, if you notice, my layout is very bright and I wanted to continue that. So that's why I didn't use black or any brown. I use pink and also neon blue and neon pink. So here I'm using my easel, trying to kind of figure out the layout, how I want everything positioned. And I used black paper to create my feathers, and I really wanted to use those feathers somehow on my layout. And I'm just outlining the feathers with a white Sharpie. And I wanted to frame it. It needed something because it did not look, it kind of looked bare. And once I framed it with the black back cardstock in the back, it really kind of made everything pop and just it looks very nice. And that's one thing when you are using bright colors, if you use black to frame it or some black accents on your bright layout, it really makes it look a lot nicer. And I'm scrapping with my sister, so that's why you saw me turning my layout upside down, because I was getting her opinion on where to place certain items. And then the last thing, I'm almost done here. I'm using just some baker's twine to create a leash for my dog. And I wanted to continue using all the rest of my feathers, and I wanted to use that banner. So I just added it at the end and created two bows using my baker's twine at each end of the banner. So here, layout is done. And this layout actually is going to be for my grandniece for her room. The colors is about the same colors as her room. They're nice and bright. So hopefully you liked this video. And if you want to check out these dies, go ahead, go to Photobella, and that's where I purchased my dies. So I hope you liked this video, and thank you for watching. Bye now.